even when I'm down. Got my head in the clouds and my feet on the ground. I got big dreams, gonna make them true.
Yeah, we got big dreams in the Genius Lab, and yes, we are gonna make them come true. I'm excited today. We're going to start a new series about realizing your greatness. It's the theme of all of my work this year, and certainly all of the podcasts are going to be focused on helping you realize your greatness. Because if you realize your greatness, then you come to the world all in, and you bring the best of who you are, and you fulfill your life's purpose, and everything is much better when you're in a place of purpose, when you know your mission, and you're moving forward proactively with positive intention. So to help you realize your genius, one of the things that we have to look at, or that is helpful to look at, is, who are you? And why have you had the struggles that you've had? Why have you had the successes that you've had? How does it work? The point is, we didn't come into this world with an owner's manual, right? And so how do we operate? And the thing that I'm going to talk about today is the human condition. Okay, I've heard a lot of metaphysical people say, we're spirits, we're spirits having a human condition or a human experience, or limited in this body and all this other thing. And some people think that they have a consciousness that's in their spirit world and they're unlimited and all this stuff. And I don't know anything about that. I just know that sometimes things are really good, sometimes things suck. And I started studying, why do some people have a natural propensity towards accomplishing what they want, what they set out to do, and other people don't. And it all came down to one thing. One thing that's very simple. It starts with understanding one thing, and that is that we all come in with basically the same hardware. Okay? In other words, we all basically operate the same way. We have a brain, we have emotions, we have a physical body, in different conditions, of course. We have certain physical dexterity. We have the need or drive for community and connection. These are things that are part of the human condition. And it's like our hardware are the things that we come in with, the physical capacity to be human. And then the thing to understand about part of this hardware is that there is also like software. Okay. So our hardware is like, for example, our brain. Okay. We have, two different aspects of our brain and of our thinking function. One is our conscious mind, and the other is the subconscious mind. Okay. The conscious mind has to do with daily awareness. The thing that kind of yourself and the world around you. Okay. And the conscious mind has limited processing capacity and at least compared to the subconscious. And the conscious mind is limited, to conscious awareness. Okay. The things that are obviously around you. The conscious mind is dominated by logic. And although that's, sometimes you meet people and you go, seriously, like not logical at all. Cheers. I'm having some tea, some yerba mate. So good. So the conscious mind's dominated by the logic of natural things, language, obvious things that you see and feel, intentionally based things, and it functions based on how we've been trained to process information. Okay, that's the tricky thing about the conscious mind, is that it It is programmed. It's like your desktop. It's like having certain programs that do certain things, and you intentionally put them there. And sometimes in our conscious mind, because of family influence and social influence, religious influence, things like that, we don't necessarily intend to have certain programs, but we develop them anyway, and we process everything based on them. Because you are, as a human, you're seeking logic and understanding, you start to label things, create things. Anytime you label something, you limit it. Okay, that's one thing that's really a difference between the subconscious and the conscious mind. But in order to make logic of things, that's what we need to do. Okay, and that helps us operate. Some experts who talk about the subconscious mind say that it processes 250,000 bits of information per second. Okay, that's like mega supercomputer. And the thing about the subconscious mind is that it's not influenced by logic. It like goes deeper than that. Your subconscious mind is like connected to your spirit. It's connected to the higher part of yourself. And what's really interesting is if your subconscious mind has, I run into this a lot with my coaching clients. If your subconscious mind sees that the truth of who you are is a certain thing, and you're setting goals towards something that's not, you're incongruent, and it will create gridlock, and you won't accomplish your goals. I have people come all the time, and they're like, I've been setting goals for years. I haven't been able to create them. I don't know what the problem is. And I said, what, for example, give me an example of your goal. Well, I want my company to hit, $50 million this year in sales. I'm like, okay, so tell me about your family influence for rich and successful people. Well, my dad's brother, my uncle, had this company, and he was really rich, but he was an asshole, and he created a lot of family problems, and da-da-da-da-da. Bottom line is this guy had an imprint in his subconscious mind that rich people were not good. They were like his uncle. They were assholes. They created problems. Because his core intention, his core soul was based on being good and bringing things to the world, his perception of wealth created a conflict with his subconscious mind. So his conscious desire and his subconscious understanding or subconscious vibration were at odds with each other. So they gridlock. It's like if you give a wrong command on your computer, it doesn't respond. It's dead. In some cases, it completely locks up. So the thing is, and you can't trick your subconscious mind. This is why it's so silly. Back in the old days, Anthony Robbins and all these guys used to say, oh yeah, you got to tell yourself, I am a millionaire. And you got like $20 in your checking account. And you never got past that. Why? Because your subconscious mind will not allow you to be tricked. It wants the best for you. So if you lie to yourself, again, you get gridlock. So part of the human condition is how we store and process information. And is that information in alignment with our subconscious mind, which keeps track of everything that's ever happened to us? Yeah, think about that. That's like a backup hard drive that has all the information. The good part is, as you consciously address the glitches in your life, you can begin to align the conscious and subconscious minds. I had a situation where I was trying to build a business. I wasn't doing well. I struggled constantly. Ultimately, I did okay, but not nearly what I had anticipated or had planned for. Even though I had followed all of the steps of manifestation and all the things I had learned from very successful people. But what I found was that I had a childhood imprint or a family imprint about successful people, kind of like the guy that I just told you about that was one of my coaching clients. And where we had a family friend who was a builder, and my dad was like, "Oh, he just rips people off." My dad was always complaining about him, but I always admired him because he was rich. He had cool cars, and I liked cool cars, and I've always, wanted to be successful. I'm the entrepreneur. My dad was a school teacher, so as I began to realize these things, and as I began to align my conscious mind with my subconscious mind, and as I realized the imprints that needed to be realigned, all of a sudden things started to get easier. Instead of saying, I am a millionaire when I'm not, I started thinking about what impact I wanted to have in the world, which is really what I'm all about. It wasn't about a dollar amount. Why limit yourself, right? Why say you want to make $1 million when the universe has unlimited amounts of resources to provide for you? Okay, let's change it around then. This is how I want to help the world. This is the goodness that I bring to the world, and I want to have this kind of impact. Now your subconscious mind can create the opportunities to allow you to not be limited by your imprints of the past, successes, failures, whatever they have been. And it opens a whole new possibility of creation. So you are not, even though our human condition is limited, we have the capacity to break through all of the barriers that have existed your whole life, and you have the ability to align your conscious and subconscious mind together so that you can overcome obstacles, overcome failures, overcome situations that you have encountered that have been disappointing or heartbreaking, even betrayals that have occurred. All of a sudden, you're able to find goodness in them, or find a reason why they happened. So think about the human condition. Think about the things in your life that are going well. Think about the things that are not in alignment with what your intentions are. And start to look at what could be the possible subconscious imprints that are preventing you from realizing your greatness. That's it for now. I'm going to talk more about this in the upcoming podcasts. This year is focused on realize your greatness, and we're going to continue this subject until you realize your greatness. That's it for now. Have a great day, and keep looking up.